Hello, my dear students. Welcome to the biology class. This session is about cell and its organizations from chapter 11, grade 7. What do you think about the similarities between our body and other creature in this slides? Can you tell me or write at least one similarity between our body and these creatures such as a turtle, snake, sparrow, tree, and even bacteria? Yes, your guess will be correct. Our body and these creatures is made up of small units called cell. All of these creatures explain or share or share one common trait, one common features, that is, all of them is made up of from cell. Look carefully at your surface of hand. Can you see the cells of your hand? Definitely no. But the previous year, you saw the cells from different plants, such as onions. You took a small piece of epidermis of onions and put it under microscope, then saw it. Finally, if you remember, the finally of experiments, you draw the shape of the cells, the same these cells. Overall, in the world or biology, we can divide the organism or living organism or creatures into two main categories: unicellular and multicellular. Unicellular means these creatures made up of just one cell, such as bacteria. In this shape, you can see bacterium. Each bacterium is made up of genetic material or nucleate material, cytoplasm, cell membrane, cell wall, and features or extensions such as flagella. Some creatures made up of many cells. This creature is called multicellular. For example, human and other animals, plants, fungi, protists, all of them made up of from many cellular. In this figure or in this slide, you can see different type of cells in our body. For example, muscle cells found in our muscles. It contracts. Its function is contract. Another cell, nerve cell, is found in our nervous system. These cells receive signal or message from external environment or internal environment and send to the other part or other cells of our body. Blood cells find in our blood. These cells, some of these cells carrying oxygen and carbon dioxide in our body. A sperm cell is found in reproductive systems, and a skin cell is found in our skin. These cells protect from our body. Here is a typical shape of cells. Each cell has a cover or coat. A cover is located around the cell. This cover is called cell membrane or plasma membrane. Plasma membrane is a barrier, act as boundary, separate the content inside of cells from outside. The inside of cytoplasm, we can see different structure called organelles, different substances such as salt, minerals, and enzyme. One of the most important organelles, the inside of cytoplasm, is nucleus. Nucleus is command center in the cell, because nucleus and genetic material that found the inside of nucleus control all feature and functions of the cells. For example, shape cells and function cells is controlled or regulated by genetic material. This shape is part of a cell membrane or plasma membrane. In the structures of cell membranes, we can see different molecules such as proteins, carbohydrate, chain of carbohydrate, the sugar chain, and phospholipid. Phospholipid, each molecule phospholipid has a head and two tails. Head of phospholipid like water, so face toward outside of cell or inside of cells, because the outside cell and inside of cell full from water, but their tails face together. Here we cannot any water. This the space between two semilayer as phospholipids. Proteins, some proteins integral proteins, because located the transmember proteins, intrinsic proteins, but another protein, peripheral protein, because it said it is located the surface, inner surface or outer surface of protein. The chain carbohydrate attached to protein or phospholipids, the sum of carbohydrate and protein called glycoprotein, and the sum of carbohydrate and phospholipid called glycolipid. Another molecules in these figures which you can see is cholesterols. Cholesterols is a lipid, steroid. This molecule is located between phospholipids in the structure of membrane. Look at this figure carefully and discuss about the similarity and difference between this shape. What do you think about similarities and differences between these cells? All of these cells is found in our body or in the environment. For example, nerve cells. Nerve cells is found in nerve systems. The similarities which we can see between this cell is all of them has cell membrane, all of them has nucleus, cytoplasm, and the difference between cell is in shape and functions. For example, we can see cilia. Cilia, this here, short extensions, here you can see cilia. Or flagella, long extensions in which we can see in the structure of some cells. Some cells, its shape spherical, for example this, but the muscle cells, smooth muscle cells, spindle shapes. So, despite similarities between all cells, each cell has unique structure and unique functions. It is a typical figures of cells. You can three main components in the structure of cells. One of them cell membrane or plasma cells. The second one cytoplasm. The third one nucleus. Overall, the cell is divided in two groups based on the genetic materials: prokaryotic cells and eukaryotic cells. Prokaryotic cells, made of pro and karyote. Prefix pro means initiate, simple. Karyotic or karyon means nucleus or genetic material. In prokaryotic cells, the genetic materials has no membrane around it. No membrane encloses it. So the genetic material or DNA floated or free in the cytoplasm, such as bacteria. But the eukaryotic cells, the genetic materials enclosed by membrane, envelope, nucleus membrane. So this cell called eukaryotic cells, except bacteria, other animals or other cells such as animal cells, plant cells, protists, fungi, these cells called eukaryotic cell. Thank you so much for listening.